All right, so here we go, y'all. So this video today is titled "The World is Far More Evil Than You Think It Is." It really is. And the whole real reason I'm making this video is in regards to a lot of the Diddy stuff. And I remember I was making a video about, let me go check and tell you exactly how many months ago that is in case anybody want to go back to that video. Bear with me here. It was probably about maybe 4 months ago. Yep. No, it was 6 months ago. Okay, yeah, so I made this video 6 months ago. So if you go down my history, look at the 6 month timeline. As far as today, it was the only 2 videos I did 6 months ago. So if you're watching it today, that video was 6 months ago, and I was trying to tell y'all that this whole thing about the people in the industry and all these Diddy parties and whatnot, and let's not make it sound like Diddy party is just like the most exclusive bunch of all of this, because there's so much more wickedness that go on behind the scenes than a Diddy party. Like a Diddy party is technically like some of the small fry stuff that take place. Y'all just don't know because y'all never really been exposed to exactly how evil really is, and is actually going on right now amongst all these celebrities that y'all listen to and watch and give ear to and lust after and get seduced by and dream about and want to be like. Y'all make these people your profile pictures on Facebook. You get them tatted on your arm and all this other kind of stuff, and y'all really don't know like how deep this stuff go. And some of the people that go even deeper than this, aren't even celebrities for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these people are like no name faces that you would never even see a day in your life. You know what I mean? And it's so much wickedness that really go on behind the scene to where y'all would not even believe some of the stuff I know. Like, y'all just wouldn't even believe it. Y'all be like, that's not real. Yes, it is real. Yes, it is real. But there's a video I just recently seen that kind of re-sparked my interest in this whole little topic. But before I get to that point, the video I made 6 months ago, I'm basically telling you, like, this ain't about, like, you know, some celebrities wanting to be a little fruity behind the scenes. Like, no, they do this stuff as dark satanic rituals. That's what all of this stuff is all part of what they do in these satanic rituals. It's not about, you know, he just like boys and stuff like that, and he take his little freaky stuff a little too far. Like, if you think that that's what this is, then you crazy. Like, if you think this is just one nasty man being took too far, you crazy. It's people nastier than him. It's a reason Diddy got caught, other than it was just his time to get caught. No, Diddy ain't get caught just cause he got caught. Like, they been knew Diddy was doing this stuff. When Diddy was in the CIA, when he was an informant for the CIA let him go. This was back in 2008 or something like this. The CIA ended up letting Diddy go because of all the rape charges he kept getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know stuff like that. Like, but they been knew Diddy was doing this stuff. And another thing y'all did not know is that at a point in time, Diddy produced a book called The Adrenochrome Witch. And y'all don't know what adrenochrome is, but adrenochrome is when they drink, like it's like a chemical reaction that happened when adrenaline mixes into the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you torturing somebody, like adrenaline mixes into the blood, and that's how they get adrenochrome. And when they drink the blood, or when they take the adrenochrome or whatever it is, like however they, you know, like do what they do, it give them spiritual power. And Diddy produced a book about it before, and I never really read the book, but the book ended up getting banned like soon after it was released, and now you can only really find a fluke version of it that ain't really real. You know what I'm saying? But I think at a point in time, Diddy tried to really expose what was going on. And then just at some point in time, they just made sure he had enough on him to where he ended up getting caught. Maybe that could be what happened. I really don't know why Diddy got busted. But this is deeper than Diddy, y'all. This is all of them. All of them do what Diddy do. Like it's just that Diddy, he was like one of the more top of the food chain people. But just think about some of the CEOs of these businesses. Some of the more innocent celebrities, you think it got nothing to do with this. Who would ever think Megan Fox would have something to do with stuff like this? Chris Brown, Denzel Washington. Y'all don't know, but all of it is wicked. Leave it all alone. Stop making excuses for worldliness, y'all. Stop, because you are only making excuses for your own damnation. Stop doing it. It's time out for that. We at the end of the world, y'all, and y'all are still making excuses for worldliness and playing with demons. Like we out of time for excuses for it. Well, it's just a little this, it's just a little that, man. Stop all of it. It's just a little nothing. It was never little to begin with. A little of it was never little to begin with. It was never little. Like it was all big to begin with. Y'all don't even know that some of this music y'all singing is songs that was written by the demons that these people serve. See, the demons will come into these people pretending like they here to serve them. But really, no, they serve the demon. And the demon always end up betraying them. Always. Like anybody willing to take it further than you can have what you got in a heartbeat. The demons will let them take it. Like anybody that's hungry for more and more power than you, the demons will let them have it. It ain't no friends in the game, y'all. But let's go ahead and get into some of the content that I want to show and share, so that way you can get a little bit more context behind what I'm saying. And I want to holler this: fair use, fair use, fair use. Please don't sue me. Please don't take my video down. Don't give me a strike. No, none of that. This is from a TikTok page called Crime Crafts Tea. Crime Crafts Tea. It's all one word. So let's get into the very first video I watched. And this little video session might be a little on the, maybe on the 20-minute line. But this is the whole reason why I even came here in the first place. This is what sparked my interest in revisiting this topic. Other than that, I was going to leave this Diddy stuff alone, because it's like everybody want to be quick to expose sex tapes and who did what to who and all this. Man, this is deeper than that, y'all. And don't laugh at my earphones. I like these earphones, and I want to use them until, the cushions fall off. This is exactly what happened. So, all right, first video. Come on, quit trying to make me install TikTok. I don't.
Diddy parties. Those are assault parties, and I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a
look at her
toy
face
for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night. When the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money, and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual, full-blown sex is, by the way, kids don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. if you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool, goodbye. What was I saying? Full sex. Full house sex. Thank you. if the pimp paid for, if there's rules to full house sex and there's rules to anal and there's rules
I ain't hear this video at first. This is new to
all
me.
kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do? Well, nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish. Throw up is a fetish. Shit is a fetish. So, I have DID and I went numb after a while.
Wait, let me pause this real quick. Look, so like this girl, she went through a lot, right? She was a victim of these dark occult parties, and a lot of them were Diddy parties. But like she went through a lot as a kid. She went through a whole lot, and most of these people are being controlled by demons when they do this stuff. But have y'all seen, like, have y'all picked out how she just kind of, like, she'd be in the middle of talking and then she just kind of glitch off? But like, I'm like, she's still trying to piece her soul back together. Like, believe it or not, like, even though this girl is still trying to heal from this, she's still suffering demonic oppression from this. Like, even possibly demon possession. Like, she's still trying to heal. I pray this woman's strength in the Lord. I pray she come to the gospel. I pray she do much more than just get past this. I pray she come all the way to the throne of God. But every time she just pause like that, like if y'all was to actually see it, like you could tell it's something wrong with her. And it's not her fault that something wrong with her. But a lot of these people that come from these, like these traumatic households, when it's like a lot of arguing and fighting, when people been molested as kids, and when people were sex trafficked, they end up with something wrong with them, and they kind of daze out in a way, and they don't even remember what they were saying half the time. Like they just stop mid-sentence and don't even remember what they were talking about. Pray for this woman. I can't remember her name. It'll come up again in one of the other videos, but y'all keep this woman at the top of y'all prayers, and I mean that. Like, we always pray about stuff we want God to do in our life, but who gonna stand in the middle for somebody like this, y'all? Like, everybody a real believer until somebody else suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody a believer to the extent that they don't want to suffer, but who gonna actually offer up sacrifices to God for somebody like this? to pray that they actually come to the gospel, come to the throne of God, and not just heal past this, but come up so high in the spirit to the extent that they doing spiritual gifts, and they delivering people who went through stuff like this from the demons that got passed on to them from all them sex acts. Let's carry on.
There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute, and there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists, because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. So yeah, and that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people,
I watched a shorter version
people
of this video.
assaulting you, after so many hours of that, then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So then you're just transported through the tunnels. You don't live in the world you think you do. And there are videos, and there is, I'm sure there's so much of this, and everybody is seeing slowly it come out, but nobody's talking about the kids. I don't want to open my phone and realize that somebody posted a video of me as a child, and there was times where, because I was on so much ecstasy and so much drugs, that I was laughing. Because I wanted people to think that I was okay, so they didn't kill me. So there are things that would come out that people would assume, like, oh, everything is fine, they're fine. No, I was 15, 16. I was a kid, and there were kids younger than me, and there are still kids younger than me, and CPS supplies a lot of these children. Let's just not be around the bush about this. CPS supplies a lot of these kids, because they don't look for them. They don't care. You're runaways. You're AWOLs. No one gives a shit. So I'm happy we're on this subject, and I hope that we continue, because I'm still trying. I'm still here. I still give a shit, even though I kind of checked out for a little bit and it looked like I did it. And yeah, as a dance choreographer that was being fake and acting like, and it doesn't bother me. It does. It always does. I can't sleep.
Let me pause this video again. So in another video, you're going to hear her mention the word check out. I want to tell you about what the word checking out is, but I don't want to jump the gun too soon. But just pay attention to what she mean by check out. Maybe she might mean it differently than how I'm more familiar with that word being used. But just pay attention. She's going to use that word again in another video, I believe. But I heard this video first. It was a shorter version of this video. That's why I'm kind of like, wait, there's more? I thought she was going to stop talking at a certain point. I'm like, wait, there's more? I mean, like the whole beginning part of what she said, I ain't even hear. I'm like, wait, like this ain't the video I heard. But this is the same video, but the words was a lot shorter than this. So, yeah, like let's keep on and see what the end of this is like.
So, yeah. You will never, I don't want to be anybody's puppet anymore.
Let's go to the next video. And I'm gonna keep playing some of her videos. The 3 that I did watch, and this video is gonna have a whole lot of her in it. Yeah, so let's go to the second one I seen. No, I'm not downloading TikTok, y'all. I don't want the app on my phone. I don't even use it like that no more.
I have been screaming underwater since I was 3 months old. I went into foster care at 13, 14. We tried to do a case against Riverside County Child Protective Services because Riverside County, do you hear me? Riverside County Child Protective Services was involved in my trafficking. I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. And I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. We tried to back up. We even tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. And one of those children were me. Bullshit. You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there was children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demand?
Oh, wait. I don't want y'all to miss this. In one of these videos, they're going to start calling everybody who said they was at a Diddy party and left early a lie, that they ain't know it was kids there. They mentioned Lecrae's name. I think Lecrae know a little bit more than he saying he know. Maybe he might have did a little bit more than he said he did. But this is why we are to have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness, y'all. And I'm guilty of dabbling around in places I shouldn't have been as a believer. And believe you me, God had to deal with me about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to this level, you know, a little bit more than just a little house party just to sit at and talk to some people, like, no, absolutely not.
Demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Do you think that thousands of bottles worth of baby oil was for thousands of who?
Right.
$65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who?
Right.
Trafficking over
1,000 bottles of baby oil just for the few celebrities in their circle to sleep with each other, that don't make sense. Like, it was 1,000 worth of something for that 1,000 worth of baby oil to go on. Kids. They was sleeping with kids, bro. Taking advantage of them left and right, y'all. Messing with animals, all that kind of stuff. Bestiality, pedophilia, all of that is sodomy. You know, bestiality, anal, and oral is all part of sodomy, just in case y'all did not know. And then when it comes to the level of kids, it's pedophilia.
over the border was for who? Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? Everybody that you love. You don't live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been screaming for years. So now, if you see me over here trying to live a normal life and tying up loose ends as justice, mind your fucking business. Or don't.
Sorry about our profanity.
We were followed the night that Diddy was arrested. I left a place that I was in, minding my own business, finally trying to stop for a second and get my life back. And you know what? I'm not even upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that I have to walk back into this place and I have to tell you all goodbye. So if you know who I am and you know me as Justice, you know I'm about to walk into this building and tell you I gotta go. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the shit right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. We got legal evidence to drop. I just don't know what's the point. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. Because everybody was so busy talking bouncing to their music. Didn't I tell you? Music is a diary. Are you now figuring that out? They're telling you what they did. The music, it's telling you what they did. The comedy and the art is a reflection of life. I got a reflection of life for you. And if you're trying to come towards me right now thinking that, hey, maybe she'll testify against what? I don't trust none of y'all. Testify against who? Testify against the same corrupt justice system that's not doing a damn thing for anybody? Let's be clear. You federal prosecutors, you have video surveillance from Diddy's house from 2008. Look in that 2008, 2010 span, you'll find her video there. You want to send it over? She'll say, yeah, that's me. Then you can do what you can do, but otherwise we're not messing with you. I don't trust none of y'all. My bones will never be the same. My heart will never be the same. My soul will never be the same, but I'm still sitting here. So I'll still continue to try to do what I can't do. To be a voice for my friends that are no longer here, and for the kids who don't have a voice right now, while everybody is too busy running towards the adults. Everybody, no, not that black man. No, that can't be true. No, he can't be having satanic rituals. No, there's no way. Yeah, there is. And now you see. So now what you gonna do about it? Those parties involve children. The media is making it sound they don't just involve children. They involve animals. The adults who are swearing up and down, I left at 1 o'clock in the morning. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. You shouldn't have been there. And on top of that, if you knew that there were children coming in after a certain hour, why the hell didn't you say anything until right now? Coward. All these people, I knew he was crazy, so you guilty. I told you everybody guilty. Why? Because why? You covered your ass. Denzel, you a damn liar. Lecrae, you a damn liar. I have been...
There y'all have it. I told y'all that this was satanic rituals. Y'all think this is about a dude that like to just freak on people. Like, you know, nah, man. Like, no. Ain't nobody with that much money just so in lust with his own kind for nothing. Like, everybody want to sit around and talk about the celebrities that got messed with, but they ain't talk about the no-name kids being messed with every night by the thousands. By the thousands. Let's get to a little bit more of a telling video.
You don't understand what people do. Have you seen that picture?
Oh, come on. I'm trying to find her name.
There's a little baby on the floor. I'll post it.
Allison Carter.
I'll here again if I put it on my story.
That's her name.
But I know you guys have seen this picture. There's a picture of a baby. They got a picture of a bunch of kids tied to a wall. It's actually an auction. They're tied to a wall, and they're hanging on the wall. That's another form of an auction. Some auctions are very pretty. Some you get to stand. Some you got to be naked. I've had some really weird auctions. Some you're tied to a wall like produce or like retail. And basically like you're picking a t-shirt or you're picking clothes. Buyers come through wherever you're at, wherever they put you. And they literally like, okay, there's a white kid, there's a black kid, there's a black kid, there's an Indian kid, there's a girl, there's a guy. They check how big check your teeth. They check, they check everything. They have a taste. They walk into a room and they have basically like how you have, if you walk into a car lot and you're like, can I turn on the car? Can I sit in the car? Can I open the door? Can I sit in the seat? That's literally what's going on in an auction. This is sick. For children. for children, for 6-year-olds, for 7-year-olds. We'll bring in a child to walk through that, to play in it, to lay in it, to put on their body. This is crazy. That's what we're talking about. You get me now? This happens on baby farms too. You understand that, right? Where they're holding babies, newborn babies, fresh out of the hospital babies. There are people who have fetishes on hearing a baby's ribs crack. It makes a crazy ass sound when you break somebody's ribs. It makes you breathe in too. It makes more pleasure for them when you breathe in. Ask me how I know. You don't understand what people do. Have you seen that picture of there's like a...
I want to be all the way honest. The world is actually far more sick than what she made it sound like. The world is far more sick than what she can even make it sound like. All she could tell you is her part of it. But they don't tell you about the people they kidnap off the streets and sacrifice to Satan on Halloween. That's why I keep harping on why can't Christians let Halloween go. Like, they don't tell you about the kids they buy at these auctions for sacrifices on some of these pagan holidays that we sit around and buy gifts for and go out to dinner on. Like, why do you think they were even invented in the first place? But like, they don't see almost every celebrity you know. It don't matter how innocent they look or sound. 9.9 times out of 10, the only reason they even became a celebrity is being willing to go through with this kind of stuff, being willing to participate in this kind of stuff. Now, on one of them videos I watched, the girl, she mentioned something called checking out. And she talked about, like sometimes she just kind of had to check out for a couple hours. Like, what do you mean by check out? It's a way when you have endured so much horrific trauma that while you're going through with the trauma, you tend to get opened up to being able to leave your body. Oh yes, people can leave their body through trauma or through the occult. And what the occult do is they teach people how to astral project. And what I'm getting ready to talk about got a whole lot to do with why people can be this sick. Sometimes when some people are doing sick stuff, it's really just not them. It's just their body. You just don't know it's not them. Because they taught them how to check out and let the spirit guide, the power demon that govern over that person, use that body. See, when people get caught on camera doing stuff, it looked like them. But no, they got pushed out of the driver's seat and something else hopped in the driver's seat and took over, and they just got to sit there and watch something else use their body. Like a lot of times, like these kids, they get pushed off into the astral world. But because they're going through so much trauma that they don't even want to be here. And they get pushed off into the astral world. And like in their body can just kind of lay there like dead, and people can just have their way with it. Like that's why when some people go through their first time being taken advantage of, they almost can't remember because the event is so horrific to where they just get pushed somewhere else. They go into some kind of dark pocket somewhere and can't even remember the event. They just know it happened. Like, that's kind of what she mean by check out. Now that I'm thinking about the word astral world. See, sometimes a lot of these celebrities, man, they do stuff that it really ain't even them doing it. It's the spirit they let use their body doing it. But they still responsible. And a whole lot of the time they are doing it. And like, and they get, sometimes they get pushed off into the astral world, and that spirit is the one performing on stage, not that person, imitating every way they walk, talk, move, and everything. And you sitting over here giving homage to your favorite celebrity, and really you paying homage to a devil. Don't even know it. I heard Chris Brown say something like, well, they haven't let me perform in I don't know how long. It's like, wait, you was just on tour. What do you mean they ain't let you perform? Now you know what people mean when they say little odds and ends. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it wasn't him. It might have been somebody else, but I really do believe it was him. But so y'all think it's just people having clones and whatnot. I mean, that could be true too. I still believe in that as well. But these clones got something in them using that body. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about the word astral world, I don't want to forget that. Where do I get the word astral world from? What is it? From Future? Who had something called astral world? Let's see. Travis Scott. See, these people be knowing what they doing when they name in their albums what they name, and what they name their tours and their songs what they name them. They know what they doing. They know what they talking about. Like, why do you think he was so shocked and surprised about all the murder that took place at his concert? He probably wasn't even there. It was something else using his body. Like, that's why some of these celebrities don't even feel guilty about what happened, because they ain't the ones doing it all the time. Not all the time. Like, that's why some people do school shootings and don't even realize what happened. That's why some people do presidential assassinations and don't even realize what happened. They get pushed out of their body. Something pushed them out of the driver's seat. And take over. That's why it does not pay. It does not pay to entertain the world, y'all, and to entertain demonic music, movies, to just be out here having sex with anybody and everybody, because you don't know what kind of demon you picking up when you sleep with somebody. You don't know. It could be the most inopportune time and something push you right out of the body. Thank y'all for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and spread this word. Spread this word. Go to her TikTok. It's called Crime Crafts Tea. Crime Crafts Tea. Make your own videos with this. Spread her message, y'all. Spread it. I believe that lady's name was Allison Carter, unless it was somebody else. I don't know. Spread her message. I ain't even gonna tell you to share my video. Do it if you want to, but make your own. Put her message in there. Spread the word. Because there's so many kids that need our help. There's so many people that come out of that stuff that wish they knew how to heal. That want healing and don't even know it's in the gospel. They don't even know. We need to make people aware of this, y'all. We do. But I thank y'all for watching the video. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.